Song just simply is titled All You Need Is Jesus. And those of you that are shaking your head right now, that's a good title for a song, isn't it? Amen. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care where you're at in life, friend. I could not get through the storms of this life if not for Jesus Christ. And the world can't either. That's why they run to the bars. That's why they run to the drug houses to try to get some relief from the pains of this life. But what I've learned is if I've got Jesus, that's all I need. She said she met a little boy. My wife and I sat down with Ashley at the Quartet Convention. We were in the bowling alley. And I said, Ashley, the song that you sent us, I want to know the story behind Levi's song, All You Need Is Jesus. She said that she met Levi out in Virginia. They were in a revival meeting. Her husband was preaching. They were doing a special music. The very first night, she said, they brought a little blind boy in. He was 9 years old the night that they met him. They brought him in and they set him on the front row. And Ashley said that through the course of the service, he sat and sung when it was time to sing. He said when the preaching took place, he sat on the edge of the seat and even brought his Bible, and he couldn't even read, but he just wanted to bring his Bible. Ashley said they all went out to eat afterward, and they had some fellowship time. Come to find out, Levi was the pastor's son. Said when Levi was 5 years old, he developed some serious health problems, and they knew something was seriously wrong. To make a long story short, after several weeks of radiation treatment to shrink a tumor on his brain, they felt like they had got it shrunk enough where they could go in and successfully remove it through surgery. They did. The surgery was successful to a point. The damage left behind after what he'd been through is that he'd never be able to see again. And he's also lost use of one of his arms and one of his hands. Ashley said that every night that week they would watch him. They'd watch Levi through the service. They said, man, he just didn't have a care in the world, never complained, had a smile on his face and a song in his heart. She said that she'd come forward every night and pray, God, please, do a work here. Do a work in Levi's life and in Levi's eyes and give him his sight back. And she said every night she'd be disappointed when she'd get to church and Levi still couldn't see. She said the last night of the meeting, she came forward that night and she began to argue with God at the altar. And I know there's nobody in this room has ever argued with God. I can tell by the way you're looking at me. But I have, and I'll just be honest with you. There's times that we've been through things and we look to God. I'm talking even when I was at home growing up. Things that we went through that I didn't understand. But mark it down, friend. If you disagree with the way God does things, you think he should do things a different way, you're wrong. And he's right. Whatever it costs, whatever it takes to bring God the glory, that's what we ought to pray. She said she was praying at the altar, and God just spoke to her heart and gave her a peace. And God said, Ashley, Levi can see better than you can see. He understands that I'm in control, and I know exactly what's going on, and I'm doing the work here. She said the peace of God filled her heart. She went back to her seat. She told us, she said, now the invitation is still going on. It's the last night. It's the closing night of the revival. She said people are getting saved. People are in the altar praying with each other. She said the only thing going on in my heart is God has given me the words. You don't need eyes to see the face of Christ. You don't need hands to feel him in your life. You don't need ears to hear him whisper to your soul. All you need is Jesus. And he can make you whole. She said, I reached in front of me and I grabbed a tithing envelope and I began to jot the words down to all you need is Jesus. It's Levi's song. She sent it to us and said, I want you guys to record this. And it's been a blessing to people all over this nation. You listen to Levi's song. Our eyes are often hindered by the things we seem to lack. And when we are discouraged, that's when Satan will attack. And he will fill our minds with fear and doubt. He'll try to make us lose our hope. Oh, but there's one thing that Satan does not know. You don't need make you whole. Aren't you glad that through the storms of life we've got somebody riding on our boat that can say, peace be still to our storms? As long as I've got him on my ship, that's all I'll ever need, friend. Listen. When I can't see tomorrow, I know God still has a plan. And when I don't feel loved, I know I can still feel his hand. And when I cannot hear him, I know he still speaks to me. For when Jesus walks beside me, there's some things I'll never need. You don't need eyes to see the face of Christ. You don't need hands to feel him in your life. You don't need ears to hear him whisper to your soul. All you need is Jesus, and he will make you whole. When all I see is darkness, and it seems all light has gone, and I don't know which way to go, I feel so all alone. Well, I know that God is leading me, he's helping me along. As one sweet day I know I'll sing my bride eternal. You don't need eyes to see the face of Christ. You don't need hands, no, to feel him in your life. And you don't need ears to hear him whisper to your soul.